I offer my humble pranam at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome to video lecture on microcontroller and embedded system laboratory. In this tutorial, I am going to explain how to interface ADC with LPC2148 microcontroller. So this is the problem statement. Determine digital output for a given analog input using internal ADC of ARM controller. Actually, we are not interfacing external ADC with microcontroller. If you go for LPC2148 microcontroller, then there will be built-in ADC. Here we have two ADC, that is ADC 0 and ADC 1. Now, if you go for ADC 0, we have totally 6 analog channels, analog inputs. And if you go for ADC 1, we have 8 analog inputs. All analog inputs are available on these particular pins. As for our example, experiment, we are using ADC 0. Well, we know that ADC 0 has 6 channels, 6 analog inputs. Here we are going to concentrate on AD01, AD01. So this is available on P0.28. Therefore, we are going to apply, we are going to provide analog input at P0.28 with the help of potentiometer. Now here, actually, there will be a register called pin select register. We have pin select 0, pin select 1, and pin select 2 register. For detailed explanation, you can go for DAC interface video. There explained in detail about the pin select register. Here, actually, I told you already, we are using P0.28 as analog A to D converter, Actually, we can able to use P0.28 as a GPIO or A to D converter or timer timer 0, and here also timer 0. Okay, mainly we are concentrating as for analog A to D converter ADC. That's why here we can put 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. But here we want to use P0.28 as ADC 0, That's why you have to write 0, 1 here. So you have to place 0, 1, you have to write 0, 1 to select to use P0.28 as ADC. That is 0, 1. I want to use P0.28 as what? A to D converter. Therefore, you have to write 0, 1 here. Therefore, this is the way I told you already. Pin select 1 is a 32-bit register. It's a bit 0, and this is bit 31. This is bit number 24, and this is bit number 25. Therefore, 0, 1 means what? We are converting port P0.28 to function as ADC 0. Therefore, this is the actual thing. Now, this is a binary data. Convert this binary data into hexadecimal number. This is hexadecimal equivalent of this. Okay, 0x, 0x, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So, this is hexadecimal number. We have to write this statement. I have to execute this statement. Once if you execute this statement, it's going to configure a P0.28 as ADC. Okay, ADC 0. Okay, the channel number AD01. So that's the way. That's the way actually. Now we know that if you go for ADC, it's a 10-bit ADC. Means we have to provide the analog input. We can vary the analog input from 0 to 3.3 volt. If the analog input is 0 volt, we'll get 0, 0, 0 in binary or 0, 0 in hexa. Okay. If you apply 3.3 volt, we can able to get maximum of this. This is a 10-bit digital value. So this is hexadecimal equivalent 3FF. The decimal equivalent of this is 1023. We have to display this information on LCD. Okay, you have to vary the analog input from 0 to 3.3 volt, and we have to display the equivalent digital value on LCD. Here, if you want to convert from analog to digital, it requires some nanosecond. It requires some amount of time in terms of nanosecond. Therefore, we have to initiate the start of conversion with the alpha program. So there will be SOC, start of conversion. Then there will be another thing called end of conversion. We can able to achieve this with the help of appropriate registers. It's also available within our ADC. That is how to initiate the start of conversion with the help of register. And in the same manner, with the help of register, we have to check, we have to monitor the end of conversion. SOC means start of conversion, indicates initiation of conversion process. End of conversion signal indicates conversion of analog input to digital input is completed. Digital conversion is completed. Okay, this indicates the conversion is completed. This indicates we have to initiate start of conversion. Now, once if you enter into that ADC 0 block, actually I told you already there will be ADC 0 and ADC 1. We are using ADC 0. If you go for that, we have so many registers. Just I'm going to concentrate only on two registers. One is called as a control register, ADC 0. AD0 means ADC 0. Here ADC 0. Just I'm going to use two registers. One is called as a control register. It's a 32-bit registers. And there will be one more register called global data register. It's also 32-bit registers. So we are going to give that analog input. We can able to vary the analog input from 0 to 3.3 volt by using a pot potentiometer. Okay, it's connected at P0.28. Now here ADC 0, ADC 0 registers. We have so many registers. Just I'm going to concentrate on only two registers. That is one is control register. It's a 32-bit register. This register must be written to select the operating mode before A to D conversion. It is used for selecting channel of ADC, clock frequency for ADC, number of clocks or number of bits in result, start of conversion and few other parameters. So with the help of this, we can able to configure all these parameters. I'm going to explain in detail later. Now there will be one more register called global data register. It's also a 32-bit register, bit number 0 here, bit number 31. It's a 32-bit register. This register contains ADC done bit, that's the end of conversion bit, and the result of the most recent A to D conversion. So with the help of bit number 31, we can able to check whether conversion is over or not. Then once the conversion is over, the converted value is available starting from bit number 6 to bit number 15. That is a 10-bit result. That's a 10-bit result. Now here, this is a control register. It is a 32-bit register. Okay. Here we are going to use channel 2. Okay. This is select to select the channel. Bit number 0 to bit number 7 is reserved to select the channel. In my example, I'm going to use channel 2. Therefore, this is the binary equivalent of 2. Binary equivalent of 2, I have to write this 8-bit here to select channel 2. Then, starting from bit number 8 till bit number 15, that is another 8-bit, another 8-bit. This 8-bit is reserved for what? Clock division, because I need the clock of 4.5 megahertz. If you want to achieve 4.5 megahertz frequency, okay, by the time you have to load this value, that is 0001101, that is in binary, 13 in decimal, that is equal to D in hexadecimal. We have to write this value in this particular portion. Then here there will be bit number 16, that is 1 bit. For this, conversions are software controlled and require 11 clocks. If you want to achieve this, okay, if you want to select this particular option, okay, we have to write 0, because we have two options. Either we can control through hardware or we can control through software. Therefore, if you want to perform through software, then you have to write 0 here. Then clocks, okay, clocks, we have to write 000 here, because we know that here we are using 11 clocks and 10 bits. Okay, 10 bits. What is the conversion? That is 10 bits. Okay, we have already explained in the previous slide. Okay, if you go for this, whatever the data, whatever the analog input we are going to provide, we have to convert that into digital equivalent. Okay, the digital equivalent may be 8-bit, but in this case, the equivalent value is 10-bit. Okay, if it is 3.3 volt, I'm going to get the output in this way. Okay, it's in binary, it's in hexa, in decimal 1023. Okay, 1023. That's the meaning of this. Then there'll be another bit. This bit is reserved. Bit number 21, that is PDN, stands for power down, power down. So if it is 1, then A to D converter is operational. If you want to start doing this, if you want to use ADC, then this bit must be high. If it is low, it won't work. If you want to make it work, this bit must be 1, then only we can say it is operational, it's working. Then we are using 3 bits like 24, 25, 26 for start of conversion. If you write 0, 0, 1 in this particular area, in this particular bit, it start doing conversion. That's the meaning of this. 0, 0, 1 means start of conversion. So the rest of things we are not using. Now you can write, you can fill all this data in this register. Okay, so this is the meaning of this. See, this is a binary equivalent of this. We have to write this information to your control register. What is the hexadecimal equivalent of this? So 0, 0, 0, 0. This is 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, D, 0, 2. That is the hexadecimal equivalent of this. Okay, once if we write this, it's going to configure for this particular operation. This is very, very important step. Okay. The next thing is we have to go for a data register. That's a global data register. Okay, after once the conversion is completed, the result, the converted digital value is available in this area starting from bit number 6 to bit number 15. The 10-bit converted value is available in this. Okay, here 0 means conversion is not completed. 1 means conversion is completed. Means we are going to use bit number 31 for end of conversion. We have to monitor, we have to check the status of bit number 31 of your global data register. If it is 0, the conversion is not completed, not yet completed. Therefore, we have to wait until this bit must be 1. If it is 1, the conversion is over. The converted digital value is available on this bits. That is bit number 6 to bit number 15 contains the converted digital value. We have to display this digital value on LCD. Now here I'm going to explain the program part by part. Here I'm going to declare one variable I, unsigned in I. Okay. Now here I equal to AD not GDR, global data register. Means I'm going to transfer the content of this register to I. What is the size of this? It is a 32-bit register. What is the size of I is also 32-bit. It's a 4 byte. Therefore, the content of AD0 GDR, global data register content, goes to where? I. This is a global data register. Global data register is a 32-bit registers. Whatever the value we have here, that goes to I. The next is I'm going to add the content of I, which contains this information with masking data, this masking data. Okay, 8 followed by 0, 0, 0. So this is the binary equivalent of this 8, 0, 0. What's the binary equivalent of this? This. What is 8? That is 1, 0, 0, 0, then 0, 0, 0. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the content of this register, which is available in I, with this masking data. Therefore, here 1 into this. Okay, we know that 0 multiplied by anything is 0. Okay, 0, 0. Assume bit number 31 is 0. So done is 0. This bit is 0. 0 into 1. That whole thing is what? 0. The whole thing is 0 means what? The conversion is not completed. Conversion is not completed. It requires still some time. Therefore, you have to keep monitoring bit number 31. Suppose assume the done bit is 1. Say done is 1. If done is 1, here 1, here 1, 1 into 1, 1. What is the remaining bit? 0. But what is your final answer? The final answer is not equal to 0. The final answer is not equal to 0. If the final answer is not equal to 0, means conversion is completed. See, in this case, if done bit is 0, if done bit is 0, if we try to execute this particular statement, so what is the output? We'll get this output because here 1, here 0, 0 into 1, 0, but whole thing is 0. Therefore, if the result is 0, the conversion is not completed. If done bit is 1, if you mask, if you multiply the content of this register with this masking data, if the result is not equal to 0, okay, this the result is not equal to 0, the conversion is completed. If the result is 0, the conversion is not yet completed. Okay, in this case, if done is 1, the conversion is completed. So we have to monitor this thing by using appropriate instruction. Now here one more thing. We know that if done is 1, if done bit is 1, the conversion is completed. The converted result, the digital value is available starting from bit number 6 to bit number 15. That is a 10-bit result is available. Digital information is available here. If it is 3.3 volt, we can able to get 3FF, or in another way, 10 ones. 10 ones. Then what we have to do is we have to bring this result starting from zero. Okay, I have to bring starting from zero. That's why I shift the content of I towards right. How many times? 6 times. Therefore, if we execute this a statement, if you execute this statement, so whatever the result we have here, it's going to shift towards right. How many times? 6 times. Then it's going, we can able to account this result starting from 0 till bit number 9. 0 to 9 means what? 10 bits. Then afterwards, there'll be chance of having some junk garbage value here. Therefore, we can multiply this value with 3FF. 3FF. Then what happened? What we will get here? Here, this is the way. This is the way. Here we know that this is before shifting. This is before shifting. So assume, so there'll be some digital value. So bit number 6 is bit number 15. We have some digital information. Digital information. Once if you execute this particular statement, it's going to shift that information towards right. How many times? 6 times. Now we'll get, this is your actual 10-bit digital value, digital equivalent of analog input. Okay. Next is I'm going to multiply this data which is available in I register. I register means there is nothing but a variable. There is nothing but a part of your global data register. We are going to multiply this data, the shifted data, with 3FF, 3FF. This is the value. Okay, this is the value. Then 1 multiplied anything will be as it is. It's going to return as it is here. 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 0, 0. Whatever the information we have here, it's going to return as it is. But here 0 multiplied by anything, suppose here there'll be 1, so that becomes 0. From here onwards, whatever it may be the value, it's going to make it 0. Therefore, we are going to get exact digital value. Exact digital value. We need this digital value. We have to display this digital value on LCD. That's the main purpose of this particular thing. Okay. This is the program. I'm going to explain the program also here. As include LPC 2148, then as include stdio.h. Actually, I explained complete LCD program in the previous video lecture. Go through first LCD, then come back to this. Here I don't want to explain LCD portion. Okay, just I'm going to concentrate on ADC. Okay, ADC. Therefore, here delay, already explained about this. Then how to write a command into command register, that is also explained. This is also over. Data write, how to write a data into data register in the case of LCD. This also over. How to initialize LCD. Now here I'm going to start from this. Okay, that's the ADC portion. For LCD, so go through the previous video. Now I'm going to start from the main program. So this is your main program. Init LCD, it's going to configure LCD. Then it's a beginning of the while, it's the end of the while. It's an infinite loop. It's an infinite loop. The command write 87 means the starting address of first row is 80 because I want to display the value starting from 87. That's why I'm putting this value 87. Okay, I want to display the digital value at the middle of the first row. The display ADC. Display ADC, I'll go to that function display ADC. Then here unsigned in digital value. Then one more variable called J. Then char buffer of 4 because here the digital equivalent is the maximum digital value is 1023,023. We can able to vary from 0 to 1023. Here 0 volt means 0, 3.3 volt means 1023. Therefore, I'm going to reserve 4 locations. Okay, 4 consecutive locations. The name of the array is buffer of character type. Then read ADC. First, it's going to execute this function read ADC. Then I'm going to I'm take you to that particular function read ADC. So this is your read ADC. Okay. Now just already explained all the things in detail. Here unsigned in I, then pin select one equal to this. So what is the meaning of this? Once if you execute this particular statement, we have to configure port 0.28 as what ADC. Okay, we have to use P0.28 as what ADC 0. That's why I have to write this particular statement, already explained. Now, next thing is we have two important registers. One is control registers, another one is global data registers. Therefore, we have to configure. Okay, have to configure, have to select. Already explained about that portion also. Therefore, we have to configure ADC according to our requirement. So that is a data. This is called a control word. Already we configured this control word. So we have to load this control word into the control register. This is first step. Then afterwards, we have to load this data to control register. We have to retain this value, previous value. Along with this value, we have to R. Say here, AD not CR or with this data. Okay. Therefore, once if we load this data into control register, then start doing the conversion. Start doing the conversion. The conversion is starting. Okay, start of conversion is started. Then do. It's a do while loop. It's a do while loop. Now, here I equal to AD not GDR means I'm going to transfer the content of global data register to what I. Okay, whatever the information we have in AD not GDR, that goes to I. Then next is while I and with this masking data. Already explained about this. Suppose if the conversion is not completed, the whole thing is replaced with 0. So 0 equal to 0, that is true. Then go back. It's keep executing same thing. Get back the updated value to I. Then I'm going to mask the content of I with this value. Okay, if complete value is 0, then 0 equal to 0, the conversion is not yet completed. Then go back, it's keep on monitoring. If the conversion is over, if the conversion is completed, the whole thing is replaced with what non-zero value. Okay, non-zero value. Okay, that is nothing but 8 followed by 0, 0. Then equal to 0. That is not equal to 0. Then this condition is false. It comes out. It comes back. Okay, it comes back. It comes out of this. Then the shift the content of I towards right. How many times? 6 times. Then we have to mask, we have to multiply the shifted value with this masking data, then you can able to get actual digital value. I'm going to return this value to where to that particular function. Just it comes over here. Okay, then the converted value is available. Then it's going to assign the converted value to this particular variable digital value. Okay, actually the conversion is completed. Okay, if it is 3.3 volt, then the digital equivalent of 3.3 volt is 1023. That 1023 is available in this variable. Okay, it is in the digital form, it is in the decimal form. But if you want to display the 1023 or 1000 or 500 or 512, whatever it may be, depending upon the analog input, okay, we have to display it on LCD. If you want to display something on LCD, so that must be in the form of ASCII code. Okay, that must be the form of string. Okay, we have to convert this particular digital value to equivalent string. That's why I'm going to use this particular function. Okay, that's called a string printf function. It stands for string printf function. It's a part of stdio.h. Okay, we know that we have information in digital value. What is the size of the digital value? Maximum size, that is 4 places. Okay, 4, that is 1023. It is nothing but 4 digit. That's why percentage 4D. Then it's going to write the ASCII equivalent of this particular information into this particular array. What is the name of the array? Buffer. Okay, it's a pointer type. It's going to write, it will convert the digital value, okay, into equivalent to equal to ASCII value. That's nothing but a string to where into this particular array. Okay, what is the purpose of using this yes printf statement? It takes digital value. It is in the form of decimal, like it may be 25, it may be 1025, or 255, it may be 1023. That's the last value. Okay, it's going to convert that in the form of string, and it's going to load that into where a buffer. Okay, what is the size of the buffer? That is 4 bytes. You know the size of carry is byte. Okay, after this, after conversion in the form of string, we have to display it on LCD. Therefore, for j equal to 0, j less than 4, 0 less than 4, true. Then in LCD there will be a function called data write. The data write, therefore buffer of j, buffer of 0, therefore it's going to write first digit, then go here j plus plus. Okay, then it becomes 1, 1 less than 4, true. It comes over here. Suppose by default this contains something null character. Okay, null means it won't display anything on the LCD screen. Okay, therefore if you have only one, it's going to display only one. If it is the value is 25, to display only 25. If the value is 255, display 255. If the digital value is 1023, to display only 1023. If it is not there, that is remains blank. Okay, so that is this is the what is the purpose of this for loop? To display that digital equivalent, whatever the analog input we are going to provide as an input for ADC, it will convert the converted values available in this buffer. We are going to display that information on LCD screen. So this is the way. Okay, okay, this is the way. Therefore, here actually first before starting this particular thing, we have to go through LCD, how to display message, how to display a number on LCD. Then only have to come back to this. Okay, because we have to convert analog to digital. The converted value, have to display converted value on LCD display. Okay, so that is the main purpose. Now, actually, I'm going to give demo for this. Okay, just see the demo. Here I'm going, there'll be a pot. There'll be a pot is there. You can see the pot. So this is the pot. Okay, we can able to vary the voltage from 3.0 to 3.3 volt. Here minimum is 0 volt. The maximum is 3.3 volt. We can able to display that digital value. You can see that. You can keep varying the 84, 90, 93, 99, 100 like this. So we can vary it to the maximum value. Yes, we can change. Okay, now you can change it. So let it be maximum value, that is 1023. So this is a maximum value 1023, 1023. So can you put to see now 1023. Therefore, by varying the input from 0 to 3.3 volt, we have to display the equivalent digital value on LCD. Okay, can you able to see this? So this is the way. Therefore, you can vary the analog input. It may be a temperature, it may be a weight, whatever it may be. We have to convert that into equivalent analog, and we have digital, and we have to display it on LCD. So this is the way actually. Okay. Already explained how to create microvision project, how to type the program, and how to save and how to compile. Okay, how to create a X file, then how to dump into the LPC2148 microcontroller. Already explained all those things. You can go through the previous videos. Now this is the complete program for your ADC. It includes LCD program also. For this also go through previous video for more detailed explanation. Now this is there's a header file. Okay, header file. I'm including LPC2148 as well as stdio.h. It's a delay program, and it's a function to write a command into the command register, and it's the function to write the data into the data register of LCD. Then this is a function to initialize LCD. Okay, now this is a function to convert what you call digital analog to a digital equivalent. Okay, this is a program for that, and we have to display the converted information on LCD. That is the purpose of using this particular function, and this is your main code. Okay, just you can save, then compile. Therefore, there will be X file is generated, and there will be zero errors and zero warnings. Therefore, now what is other step? Just we have to go to that Flash Magic. Okay, Flash Magic. We know that we can go to that particular Flash Magic. So this is your there'll be a application is there. We can double click on that. It's going to open it this Flash Magic. Okay. Now here we have to choose appropriate comport. Okay, depending upon the system, it's keep changing. Okay, just you can go to device manager and we can able to get this information. Select device here LPC 2148 comport and 9600 baud rate. Then oscillator frequency 12 megahertz. Then we can browse, because browse here already ADC here. Therefore, click on that X file, select, open. That step is completed. Now start. Now whatever the X file we have, it's going to dump, downloaded, that uploaded into your LPC 2148 microcontroller. Okay, actually I gave the demo for the remaining portion. Okay, this is the way. Okay, if you have okay, this is the way actually. If you have any doubts, we can write in a comment section. So thanks for watching.